One, two, sarang! Hey! Annyeong, it's me, Trency, and welcome to another episode of One Two Sarang, where we talk about everything and anything Hallyu, from K-pop to K-drama to K-dating to K-food to K-film and everything in between, because we are such big Hallyu fans, yes. And in this very special solo series, me, Pia, and Monica will be talking about our favorite highlights from our previous episodes. Yes. As you know, we have been in this podcasting talaga, for almost 2.5 years, and sobrang dami na po naming episodes na nilabas out there. And I think it's just high time that we start highlighting our favorite parts of that. So Pia, who is our K-dating aficionado and our ultimate romantic in the group, will be talking about, of course, her favorites from our K-dating episodes. And Monica, who is our K-drama aficionado and very knowledgeable in all things production and film, will be talking about her favorites from our K-drama episodes naman. And ako naman ay nandito para pag-usapan ang isang napaka-importanteng parte sa aming buhay, sa aming journey as Hallyu fans. Yes, this group has given us energy. Sila ang gumigising sa amin sa umaga with their random Instagram posts, nagpo-post sa tabi ng Han River. Sila ang nagpapatulog sa amin sa gabi with their very late night Weavers lives na minsan wala pang video, which actually I like. Sila po ay none other than 17! Yes! Say the name! 17! Grabe talaga ang journey namin as podcasters and as karats. Nakakaloka. And I am just very, very happy that I am here right now talking to you about them. Although, at the same time, I am very sad. Medyo bittersweet tong moment na to. Kasi I am doing it solo. And a big part of my karat journey is Monica and Pia. So, hi Mon and Pia! So, ayun, nakakamiss lang sila. Kasi, alam mo yun, we've been through so much as carrots together. From the ticketing, to like going to concerts, and then just plainly fangirling, and of course, making our episodes in honor of them, and in honor, of course, of our fellow carrots. And I'm just very happy that I am here to share our journey, not just my journey, me, Pia, and Monica's journey with you guys. But before we get into our discussion about my 17 journey through One to Sarang, wag po natin kakalimutan to subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on our social media. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X, and Facebook. And please, if you have anything in mind, comment, DM us. We want to talk to you guys. Ang dami-dami namin naging carrot friends through our Instagram and TikTok. Nakakatuwa. And sometimes they would just randomly send us mga Mingyu Calvin Klein, mga ganon, mga Junwee clips from his new drama, mga ganyan lang na we truly, truly appreciate. So, you guys know who you are, and thank you so much for interacting with us and sending us those clips. Wink, wink. Yes! So, let's get into it. Okay, so actually, when I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna angle this episode, na-realize ko na actually yung journey namin as carrots is as old as this podcast that we have. So you can actually really see our growth as carrots through the episodes that we put out there. So from our very first episode, where we talked about Power of Love, until one of our recent ones where we talked about their album and their music video, God of Music. So, sobrang nakakatuwa talaga yung journey namin. So, this is something that I really want to share with you guys. So, I will be sharing 4 clips from previous episodes, and you can really see how we really grew as carrots. When we started this podcast, as I've mentioned earlier, kakastart pa rin din naming maging karat. And in our very, very first 17 episode, which is episode 17, remarkably, this episode is called Saranghae 17, where we shared our experience watching The Power of Love in the cinemas. Makikita nyo yung honeymoon stage namin. And for one of us, in One to Sarang, super duper, as in mega honeymoon stage siya. Because at that point in time, she was only a 6-day-old carrot. So, sobrang sisiw pa niya nun. Si Monica po ang pinagsasabi ko. And nakakatuwa lang na we started this way. So in this clip that I'm going to show you, we talk about how we discovered their personalities and their amazing artistry, not just through the music that we were listening to at the time, but through watching Power of Love, and at the same time realizing at that moment the joy that they bring to us in our everyday.
Well, alam nyo naman kung sino ang ating number one instigator with all things K-pop, no? So, ang may dahilan talaga at kasalanan nito ay ang aking anak. I love you, anak. Salamat sa paghatak sa akin sa mundong ito.
Oh, thank you so much, Tina Bear.
Naging carrot siya ng, I forget what era. Anyway, so before pa, she would always ask me to watch with her, ganyan. And then ako naman, I just watch casually kasi nga, ayoko nang magkaroon ng iba pang group na sinastan kasi mahirap talaga siya sa puso at sa bulsa. So sabi ko, sige, I'll just watch it casually with you. And then parang, alam niyo naman lahat tayo yung reaction. 17, bakit 13 lang sila? It's 13 numbers, 3 units, and 1 team. Why do I have to do math?
True.
Bakit may ganyan?
That's why I took comm.
Nung birthday niya, last year in November, ang request niya na birthday gift is In the Soup ng 17. So, since that was her request, sabi ko, o di sige, let's watch it together. Ayun na nga yung nag-umpisa nun. Because I was just so shocked kasi, so BTS and I also, and parang yung MOA, medyo mas low-key na ako because of 17. But then kasi, watching all these other idols, nakikita mo sila going on these camping trips and all of these, parang lahat sila lost. Lahat sila, alam mong pagdating nila, may magluluto lang ng ramen, tas masayang-masaya na sila doon, tapos kung ano-ano nang gagawin nila. But no! Ang 17, na-shock ako na una sa lahat, nagtayo sila ng fire brick oven. Oh my God, the tita in me was tingling with joy. I was like, they know what a freaking fire brick oven is.
Yes.
And they wanted to cook tomahawk steaks in that
oven. Oh my God,
oven.
DK.
What the hell? And on top of that, meron pang may shabu-shabu sa forest. Nagdala ng shabu-shabu na complete with the stock and new ingredients. Parang sabi ko, bakit next level ang lutuan nitong mga bagets na to? And talagang ang galing nila magluto, tas sarap na sarap sila. So parang yun yung first hook ko. I was so shocked with that. They're just so funny sa mga games. So parang yung sa luto na interesado na ako. And then when they started playing Mafia, so tawa ako ng tawa dun sa Mafia nila. I don't wanna spoil it. If you wanna watch it, please panoorin nyo. Sobrang tawang-tawa ako sa Mafia nila. And then when I was talking to my daughter about it, she was like, oh, you should see. They're really into Mafia, Mom. So dun na niya ako inumpisan sa Going 17. Tapos from there, I started na listening to the songs. Their songs are so catchy. And then, performances din. Yung synchronization nila is next freaking level. 13 sila and yung synchronicity nila is just top notch. Also pala, yung sobrang nagulat ako sa quality ng vocals nila. Kasi that was so surprising to me for K-pop. Na parang kapag pinapanood mo sila, alam mong medyo manufactured, pero sila hindi, and then just casually hanging out. They love composing songs on the spot. Tapos may nag-a-adlib. Oh my God! Kahit na yung mga medyo wala sa tono, i.e. Dino, kapag mga he's a good singer, pero yung mga ganong adliban, sabayan mo naman si DK tsaka si Songkwan.
Correct.
Lalaban. Pero yung talagang lalaban, grabe, sobra yung creativity, yung fun, and yun. Basically, yun yung mga naging hook ko sa kanila. Oh, kinumpress ko na yun
Grabe, na-feel ko yung pagpipigil mo, as in.
Ito na. Ang sumunod actually is Trenzy.
Nung December, I went back home to Surigao. Ay, di ba, nagkaroon ng Odette. So, when I went back home there, walang kuryente, so down lahat ng signal and all that stuff. Pagkatapos nun, her daughter, very, very sweetly, made me a Spotify playlist na puro 17 songs. Ito lang talaga, girl, yung anak mo talaga, pwedeng mag-marketing or sales. Kasi nabenta talaga niya sa akin ng maayos. Siyempre, wala kaming internet doon. Dinownload ko talaga yung playlist. So, the entire time I was there, I think I was there the entire latter part of December until early January. Paulit-ulit lang talaga yung mga kanta nila. As in talagang nagra-rock out ako sa, sa Rock With You at sa Rocket. As in, parang like, for days when like, I feel like I'm gonna go insane, there. Sa gabi, bago ako matulog, mag-rock out lang ako ng gano'n. Yun yung intro ko sa 17. And then after that, I became more curious na, pasok si Pia Bonalos, no? Kasi once mabuksan mo na yun, papadalang ka na yung kung ano-ano. I think as with BTS din, ako naman nahook ako din talaga, ultimately by their personalities. And ang benta parati sa akin ni Pia, they're called the theater kids of K-pop, ganyan. And I remember pa nga, you showed me like Home Run and another performance on, yung nasa couch.
Pretty You.
Pretty You, oo. Ito, tingnan mo to, ganyan. Panoorin mo yan. Yung pag they do choreography kasi since madami sila, so they can create like scenarios talaga. So, for example, yung Pretty You, may sofa, parang their choreographies are different than like all the other K-pop groups from what I know. So parang, very interesting, ganyan. Parang, and then, okay, sige, not akong going 17 kasi sa BTS din naman attract ako sa kanila via Run BTS. So, okay, let's go with Go-Say. Noong una, sobrang nalito ako kasi Shemay ang dami nila. So, nakakahilo siya kasi yung katok-katokat kasi ang dami nila, ang ingay nilang lahat sila may opinion. Yes. So, hello, mga cameraman at editors, no? Medyo pinahirapan po sila. Katok-katokat. So, parang una nahilo ako. Pero after a while, medyo gets ko na, oh my God, they're so hilarious. Dati nakalilito ako sa BTS, sa Run BTS. Pero even more so with them, kasi parang yung animated talaga sila. At alam mo kung sino yung pinaka-animated sa kanang lahat. Ayan. Si My Love. Si Lee Sok-min, guys. Na, parang a week lang of like watching Going 17, nagkaroon ako ng announcement sa buong mundo na, oh my God, ideal man ko ata siya. Shit. Parang like, siguro mga isang linggo ko pinag-isipan yung sinabi ko, I can't just say that. Ganun ko lang sabi na, ideal man ko siya, ganyan. Free fall na. Admittedly, nag-center around DK siya for a while. And then, when I got really into their songs, talagang I started listening to them. Like, yun yung pinapakinggan ko halos araw-araw. On loop lang sila. That's when I really learned na, oh my God, ang galing nilang kumanta. They have such a great like vocal group talaga. Song Kwan and DK, as in, top-notch, alam mo yon, they can do all the like high notes and mga. And then si Woozi, who's such a super producer, nakakatuwa na from the get-go talagang involved talaga siya in creating music, and then they have a lot of footage of that din. Online, very available if you guys wanna check it out. Galing ng choreography, nakakatuwa talaga. Their synchronicity is out of this world. And considering na height-wise, iba-iba sila. Kasi nga, di ba, pang na pinag-usapan natin before, si An Yosop nga hindi natuloy kasi matangkad siya. Pero tingnan mo ito si Mingyu at nandito si Woozi. Di ba?
True!
Mantakin mo ang laki nun. Pero when you put them all together, everyone just adjusts to each other's heights and all that. So talagang, ang ganda lang na tingnan talaga on stage. And ako personally, I really saw it during the concert talaga. Parang ibang level yung nakita ko sila doing this. Una pa, hindi ko ma-admit na Karat ako. But yes, I am Karat now. Thank you so much, Pia Bonalos Mercado and her daughter, Tina Mercado.
Actually, I had fun then watching you become a Karat kasi nakita talaga namin yun eh. I mean, kasi sabay naman tayong ini-encourage ni Pia eh.
Yeah, correct.
Panoorin nyo na. Pero nung kumakagat ka na, sobrang nakikita mo yung intensity eh. Hanggang sa document. Like, oh my God.
Oo nga eh. Document. I mean, I'm sure narinig na naman ng lahat ng tao yung obsession ko ng slide. Sabi ko na nga.
Yung hook ko nga is the theater kids of K-pop. Yun yung pinipilit ko sa inyo dalawa na
Oo, yun talaga yung hook
sinasabi yun. Grabe.
True. Theater kids of K-pop. Very much true.
Self-producing idols.
Oh, and now we go to Monica. What is your journey? At paano ka kumagat? Monica, ayaw mo na mag-K-pop ha? Di ba? Parang hindi mo masyadong, you can't fall in.
Sabi niya, di ba? Parang end of the year, kailangan muna niya matuto mag-hanggul. Yun yung sinabi niya eh.
May ganun. Actually, last week, ang daming ganap sa K-pop world. Ang daming announcement. Basta it was so exciting. And then, isa doon, of course, was the Darling music video release. I got so excited by all the buzz. And when I watched the Darling music video, sobrang halata na napaka-visual person ko talaga. Like, I was hooked. I thought the music video was so beautiful. It was so enchanting. It's my jams. It's my aesthetic kasi. I watched it muna because nga it was nice. And then I realized I was singing to it na. And then I realized, oh my God, kinikilig ako. Kasi may ganon. Lalo na yung sa line na actually, nakakatawa yung pinaka nakilig ako na una, yung line na I want to know your problem, blood type, or DNA. Hindi ko alam kung ba't kilig na kilig ako doon. But I thought kasi it was such a Korean thing.
I think it's because may blood, tapos mili ka sa zombie. Feeling ko yun yung connection. It's the blood and, your love of zombies and the apocalypse.
So yun, parang na-realize ko, kinikilig ako sa song na to. And then, I decided to watch their other music videos. And then I thought, again, visual person, these are so great. Like the songs, suddenly, even the songs that you've shown me, you've made me listen to na before, Pia, like, suddenly, iba na yung tunog niya sa akin because I was seeing the accompaniment video nga. So you see the visuals. And then I saw like each of the members na may dating to. Oh my God, ang galing niyang gumalaw. Oh my God, bakit ganyan
sino
yung
yan?
boses niya? Ha?
Sino yun?
Na-stun.
Sino yung pinag-usapan? Sorry naman, next time lang.
So, ayun, like I thought, oh my gosh, I like them. Very happy with this discovery because it feels very organic. And sa totoo lang, I mean, maliban sa Darling, which I think is, I mean, I love so much. Parang meron na akong ibang mga favorite songs of theirs. Like, Hitori Janai, like my background right now. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Like, ang face ko ngayon is, naka-download na yung Japanese lyrics and I sing along to it. Kasi gusto ko siyang kantahin ng correct words. Hindi yung make-up words lang para makasaya ako. Yung ganon. Then their music gives me a certain kind of joy na sinabi ko nga kay Tia, ever since I started listening to them, I could really feel myself smiling every day. And I even told Trency nasa level na ako na I wake up thinking about them. Kasi may joy, as in may organic pure joy talaga akong nakukuha from them. Feeling ko talaga tatatak tong group na to sa akin kasi like may yung ganong feeling na yung meron siya yung pitik na discovery and then it's meant for you or you really connect to it.
Grabe, sobrang baby carrots pa talaga namin nun. As in. And I personally remember how I was just fangirling over DK so much. As in, grabe na talaga. As in parang every waking moment, nandun lang siya sa utak ko. Medyo kumalma na ako ngayon. Thank God. Alam mo yun? Kasi ang tagal na namin eh. Alam mo yun? At some point, you will find yourself in like a comfortable place. And dahil sobrang araw-araw na nga namin silang iniisip, we couldn't help. Nagkadilulus na kami about them. Yes, very imaginative scenarios. So for our 44th episode called Dream Dates and Delulus, we decided to put those imaginative stories out there for the entire world to listen to and judge. Wow, yes, judge talaga. But I am not just going to be talking about that. Meron po akong very, very special episode na gusto ring i-share with you other than this Dream Date and Delulus. And this one is very close to my heart because it is our birthday episode. So, birthday namin, ako ni Pia, and this is an episode that Monica created for us. And it is also a very, very Delulu episode as well. So these next clips will be coming from, as I have mentioned, Dream Dates and Delulus, where we share nga our dream dates with our biases. Specifically, si Monica and Dino, where they go to Tarlac to look for their dream Hanok location. And si Pia and Hoshi, where they take dance classes and then go to Han River for a picnic with whiskey and a very special gift. And lastly, my very, very favorite episode of all time dahil tawang-tawa ako sa sarili ko. This episode is called One to Birthday, and in this clip, it is revealed kung ano ang relationship ni DK at ni Trency sa K-Media. Let's get to it.
Sabi niyo ako yung designated driver, right?
Mhm.
Nasakto lang. Kasi ito naman ng aking ideal, ang aking dream date with Lee Chan. May naalala lang din kasi, I don't remember what content, but he said something about how he wanted to travel some more, like discover things. So basically, road trip ang gusto kong ganap. Pero, ang road trip namin is through, like it doesn't, I wish it wasn't just the day. Kasi kung full week yan, pupunta kami Europe. Alam ko kasi, hindi pa ata nakaka-Europe mga most of Cebu.
Yeah.
Except for Jonghan, Hoshi, and I don't know who else.
Yeah.
But anyway, since one day lang to, probably like a road trip to Tarlac, ganon. Tarlac pa rin.
Para i-ocular yung lupa nyo, natatayuan nyo ng
Para
Hanok
i-ocular. Exactly! Para i-ocular yun. Kasi, sabi din kasi ni Chan, gusto niyang someday gumawa, he'll build like his own cabin or something like that. So basically, that's kind of the goal of the date, the trip. Now we go find the lot, pretend na, oh, we will buy this or that. And like, kind of like, you know, just spend the day like visualizing how the house can look like, anong kulay ng pintura, paano siya gagawin, paano siya i-build and stuff. Because that's kind of my thing. I'm a builder. So na-excite ako na, hindi, wag semento. I want to use bricks. I mean, gusto kong may ganun kaming banter and stuff. Sabihin ni Dino, dapat sa area na to, like, towards, like, kunwari, the sunset view.
Yeah.
There's, like, this big space with big windows. Tapos, kumbaga, yun yung kanyang dance room.
Ooh, dance room! For you. Well, he will dance for you.
Doon siya mag-choreography at mag-ehersisyo and all that.
Yan!
Alam mo na,
Siyempre, may,
hindi na siya makapagsalita.
Hindi naman. Pero nakakatawa lang. Just the idea. Para siyang imagination trip. Gets? Because like, we don't have to build it.
Sinong nag-drive? Ikaw o siya?
Feeling ko alternate. Because I also like to drive.
True.
Yeah, true.
Alam mo, na-imagine ko kayong dalawa. Kasi, I feel like when you start talking about those things, you two become serious. And si Dino, when he starts becoming passionate talking, alam mo yon, parang yung nakaganon na siya, tapos ikaw din nakaganon ka rin, tapos nagpa-passionate talk lang kayo, tapos magka-shoulder to shoulder kayo, tapos sinuscope nyo lang yung lupa, tapos parang, pero alam mo na parang kahit na parang nagpa-passionate talk kayo about, you know, the nitty-gritties, the details of what you wanna do, yung may sensation na parang, ang lapit niya sa'yo. Alam mo yun? Yung may tension, kahit na serious yung talk.
Yeah.
Tapos yung tipong pag nagdi-disagree sila on certain things, like Simon would be so adamant na no, it has to be this way. Pero isang Nuna lang ng Lichan. Wala na.
Tapos, okay na.
Okay na. Sige, kahit anong gusto mo, lahat yan gagawin natin. Okay. So, ito na yung Valentine's date namin. Parang ano pa lang kami nito. Parang getting to know you phase, dating, ganyan. Pero parang medyo unsure kung ano ba talaga to, ganyan-ganyan. So, sabi niya sa akin, parang, hey, are you free on this day? Tas parang, anong day? Tas parang sinabi niya sa akin. And I'm like, ay, wala naman akong ganap sa araw na yan. Nagtatagalog din siya. Nag-English. Wala naman akong ganap sa araw na yan. And then, sabi niya sa akin na parang, tara, I booked a dance studio because you wanted to learn this dance, right? Tapos sabi ko, okay, sige, push. It just so happens na yung day na binook niya ay Valentine's Day pala. So, push, dance studio. So, ano yung mga dance lessons namin for the day?
Oh
so,
my God, so cute.
meron kami una, tuturuan niya ako sumayaw ng Hot, tuturuan niya ako sumayaw ng World, tuturuan niya ako sumayaw ng Don Quixote. Kung na-release na ang Second Wind, tinuruan na rin niya ako ng sayaw ng Gotta Fighting, ganyan. So, sayaw. And then he's like, is there anything you want me to watch? Because you know him. Everything's about him. And ibigay natin yun sa kanya. May performance siyang hinanda na kahit anong gusto kong sayawin niya, sasayawin niya. And then sabi ko, I haven't seen you dance touch. Kinikilig na ako. mga horang dan, alam natin to, it's very sacred to us. Pero, para sa mga hindi horang dan, kailangan ko lang basahin yung lyrics. Because there was this one concert na parang sa finale, he had this solo dance na sobrang, this is pre-abs, I mean, he's always been feeling his oats and always been sexy. But this is pre-abs, pre-see-through Sando Hoshi. So he was very well clothed. But when he was dancing, it was so, oh my gosh. I mean, sinayaw niya yan for me in that dance studio. Like, okay, well, like, ganyan. So, happy. And I'm like, gusto mo na uminom? Kasi, syempre, nabigay ko na yung moment niya na siya naman ay sumayaw. And, so, ang moment ko naman, gusto ko uminom. So, punta kami na Han River with a bottle of whiskey. Inom-inom, kwento-kwento. And then, sabi niya sa akin, uy, may gift nga pala ako sa'yo. Sabi niya sa akin. I'm like, talaga? Anong gift mo sa akin? Tapos, naglabas siya ng Hoshi merch box.
Akala ko Prada ba?
Hindi. Teka lang, yung mga laman nung Hoshi merch box, ito yung mga laman niya. So, sabi niya sa akin, para sa'yo to. So, dun sa box, meron, of course, sabi niya, this tiger plushie, kailangan mo yan i-hug every night pag natutulog ka. Tapos sabi niya, napansin ko rin kasi ginawin ka. So, bibigyan kita nitong Codegraphy na hoodie, yung may tiger. Kasi na-sold out yun kagad. And he was like, nag-secure ako para sa'yo kasi alam ko na ginawin ka. And as a ginawin, kailangan mo rin ng tiger socks. So, may kasama din tiger socks. Sabi niya, and since mahilig ka rin mag-coffee, ito, meron akong personalized Hoshi tumbler para sa'yo. Tapos nun, meron pa siyang mga pa-voucher. Sabi niya, kailangan kasi, I know you're busy, I'm busy too, pero ito yung promise ko sa'yo. Kung gusto mo na may kasama mag-coffee, kung gusto mo may kasama mag-whiskey, tsaka kung gusto mo kasama mag-dinner, ito yon para sa'yo. And of course, ito yung pinaka, sabi niya, the other day, nung sinabi ko sa'yo na busy ako, tas gusto mo mag-meet up, ito actually yung ginagawa ko. Nagpa-photoshoot siya para magka-photo cards itong merch box ko. Nagpa-photoshoot siya, nakita yung mga abs niya. Kasi hindi lumalabas yun sa mga photo cards eh. So, kailangan ng para yung sa merch box ko. Sa akin lang.
Exclusive.
Prepare niya yan para sa akin.
Tapos
sabi ko sa kanya, syempre, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, how did you know na ito talaga yung mga gusto ko? Pero like, syempre na more subtle way kasi getting to know you, like,
correct. True.
Sabi ko, may gift nga rin pala ako sa'yo. Kasi na-realize ko, meron nga pala siyang mahal. Even more than he loves tigers. And even more than he loves himself. Like, pinag-isipan ko to ng mabuti. Sabi ko, oh my God, meron nga pala siya isang bagay na gustong-gusto. Kimchi. Sobrang love niya ng kimchi, di ba? Yun yung parang number 1 niya laging hinahanap. So, inaral ko talaga kung paano gumawa ng kimchi. Tapos ginawan ko siya. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, my promise is to supply you lifetime with kimchi. Anywhere you are, ako magdadala ng kimchi para sa'yo.
LBC mo ganun.
So, yun. Yun ang date namin dalawa ni Hoshi.
Pangalan ng ating game ay 11-11 Mystery Lee. A sketch improv game of manifesting fate. This is our final tip. that we got from a little bird, another bird.
Mm.
So, what is this about a wedding
Oh,
proposal? Something about a pizza place in Italy, year 2023? What is this? Please explain.
the Pizza Parlor is called it's called 11 Flavors of the 11 Roman Nations. What? Basically, it serves all the different kinds of pizzas since the time of the Romans. Yes. So, yep. Very special place sa amin talaga.
Why is the place special to both of you?
Because well, he loves pizza. And I like the Tower of Pizza. It's actually beside the Tower of Pizza. So, the Tower of Pizza is there, right? And then the restaurant, the pizza place is on the other side. So it looks like 11-11.
So, ganun din siya kataas?
Kasi girl,
Yung
it has
pizza parlor.
11 flavors from the 11 Roman nations, girl. Dami nun. Where do you store all those ingredients?
We heard that for his proposal, he had to involve the whole restaurant and all the 11 floors of the pizza parlor. Can you walk us through the proposal?
The partners of this restaurant is the Ong Pao Ko Group. This is actually the Italian franchise of Seeing Cooks and Waiters. So yeah, it was very special. So there, it was very special. There's like flying pizzas, and then all of a sudden, just flying pizzas everywhere. And then he sings this song called "You Are My 11."
Uy, by Ive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Like 11, exactly.
Oo nga.
Oo, exactly. That song. So apparently, they're also part of Singing Cooks and Waiters. Sideline din sila dun. Pag hindi sila kailangan.
As part of their musical
Yes.
promotions in
Oo,
Italy.
correct. As part of their musical promotions in Italy. And then, all of a sudden, there's this like big pizza dough. As in, pabilog na pizza dough. And then, napunit siya. Tapos lumabas si Dicky.
So, nung kumakain ka mag-isa ka,
And umalis daw muna siya.
pagkalabas niya sa pizza, what did he do?
Una, may dala siyang isa pang dough. Tapos binigay niya sa akin. So, ako like, what am I gonna do with this? Tapos sabi niya, like, open it up. So, binuksan ko yung pizza dough. And lo and behold, nung sa gitna, may sing-sing na gawa sa pepperoni.
Pero may diamond.
Oo,
pa rin.
11 carat diamond.
That's right. That's
Oo,
right.
oo.
Well done, well done.
11 carat diamond siya. Ayun.
Pero ano yung words niya? How did he propose? What did he tell you?
Sabi niya, you're Trency, and I'm DK.
I like pizza!
Ay, pizza!
I'm DK. Oh my God. So, paglabas niya ng dough,
I'm DK!
tapos dahil makapal pa yung dough. I'm DK.
Ay! Yung mukha muna niya yung gagawin. I'm DK! You're Trency, and I'm DK! And we're made to be with each other. That's it, fancy. Oo. Okay, I hope na-enjoy nyo po yung aming pagdedelulu. Kasi, na-enjoy ko talaga eh. And then the beautiful thing is, when we asked our fellow Carats to share their stories, they were so happy to share it. Na parang, tuwang-tuwa sila na may avenue sila to share these feelings out there. Kasi, I mean, you know naman, sometimes itong mga like intrusive thoughts na to, hindi mo lang ma-share kahit sino eh. Kasi for fear of being judged. But, here we are. And you know guys, we are here for you during your times of dilulu. Kung meron kayong scenario sa utak nyo with your bias, na gusto nyo i-flesh out, you know who you can talk to. Kami po yun. And especially if it's all about 17 because we love them so much. And it's not just because pogi sila, dahil mukha silang mabango, mukha silang gentlemanly, and it's not just about that. It's also because of their artistry. Ang saya din ng experience nito going into 17. And putting out all these episodes out there. Kasi, we get to connect with so many carrots. And as much as, we research about 17, we take in all of their content, sometimes, you miss out on a lot of stuff. Especially if it's things na it's not really in your radar. And kaming tatlo, we're not really your most auditory people. Like, we have a podcast, yes, but hindi kami well-versed when it comes to music and like creating music, the technicalities about it. So, when we were talking about like trying to figure out this 17 episode that we wanted to have, we said, hey, maybe we can find a carrot who can share with us her ideas about 17 in a more technical fashion. And that's how we found ourselves contacting Sol of Useless Facts About 17's Discovery on Twitter, which we were following already back then because she puts out like a lot of very interesting thoughts about 17's music in a technical way, that we were very, very curious about. And in this conversation, I really learned so much about how 17 does their music. As in, I really, really appreciated that discussion that we had. And I think it really made me appreciate 17 din on a whole nother level. Like, I know na magaling silang gumawa ng kanta. I know na si Woozy is such a great producer. But for Sol to be able to eloquently describe to us what makes their music so special, as in ang daming mind-blown moments for me during that episode. But in this particular clip that I will be sharing with you guys, Sol is talking about how Fear is actually her favorite song. Na parang kami, bakit Fear? Bakit Fear in particular? Because it's not really one of their top songs. But how she was able to describe to us how important this song is in terms of 17's discography, it made us realize how special Fear is. And maybe at the end of the conversation, it might be our favorite song too.
One of the things that really drew me to your Twitter account was you had this thread about Fear. Because honestly, personally, it's one of the songs that would never make it to like one of my favorite songs because it was just I know, I'm so sorry. Not when I just listen to it, but performance is different. Like when they perform this, I'm always like my jaws on the floor. Come on, that one new opening is iconic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But like just listening to it because because of the title, I guess. It makes me feel uneasy. It's not the kind of song that I'd like to listen to on a daily basis. But when you broke it down, it made me realize so many things. Can you please let us know, like, how did the music make the lyrics really come alive in this song?
Okay, so like you mentioned, when people think about Fear, like when carers think about Fear, there are a lot of us who would relate it to that one mama performance, right? So I think, personally, I think that they purposely wanted this song to be very theatrical. And they reflected very well in the song. So let's say, in my thread, I pointed out this keyword called cognitive dissonance, which my friend pointed it out for me when I was like, creating the thread and everything. Basically, what cognitive dissonance is like is, for example, for example, this person says that smoking is bad. Or whatever. Smoking is bad. It harms you. It harms everyone around you. But they're smokers themselves. That is like, I guess, the most watered down layman concept of, example of cognitive dissonance, I would say. I might be wrong because I'm not a psych major. But that's how I was being introduced to the concept. So if you look at the lyrics, it feels like they're trying to push the the person they're singing to away, because they're saying like, this is getting really toxic, I'm a dangerous person, you should get away from me. But if you listen to the whole song, it starts off very powerful just to establish the theme, right? Wonwoo's intro. And then you get into Chonghan. Was it Chonghan? No, it was Joshua. Joshua, really, really quiet. It feels like a monologue because everything around you. That is the only Chonghan and Joshua's verse intros are the only 2 times in a song where everything is quiet.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 of the 3 times, everything is quiet. You only hear them. And then it just builds, and then comes down again, build. And then we get to the bridge. Okay, so the bridge is kind of like, it gives you kind of like a feeling where shit's gonna happen. Right? And then complete silence again. Especially this silence when it's elongated in the music video. You feel even more like suspense. And then Woozi comes in. Was it Woozi? Yes, it was Woozi. This is a love. That is the biggest climax of the song. And it was like suddenly a burst of emotions. And that kind of like felt like suddenly they want to go back against their words. I want to push you away, but actually no, I don't want. I want to keep you. But I can only like say this to myself because, you know, I'm trying to cut this entire thing. That is basically like the entire story. And then in between, Fear is one of their most well harmonized songs. Like almost every single line is being harmonized by something. There are only very, very small circumstances where there aren't. And one of the biggest examples is Joshua and Jonghan's lines. It's just them. So there's a lot of like pushing and pulling. There's a lot of tension and release. I remember there was someone that told me that a great composer knows how to use the concept of tension and release. And I think that is being expressed very well in this song. Because he knows how to use not just knows how to use noise to make you feel very muddled. He also knows how to use silence to make you suddenly realize what's going on.
Exactly.
And like, you know, the phrase, the silence is deafening.
Yes, exactly.
That was felt really strong. I felt that really strongly in this song. And that's why it's one of my favorites in terms of like musicality. It might not be my favorite title track, but it's definitely like, if I have to tell someone about how crazy 17 is with their artistry, I will always use this song as an example.
Thank you for breaking it down like that. Like,
actually,
gosh, there's so many emotions. Even just you explaining it, it made me feel a lot of things and just look at it, because of course when they're performing, as a visual person, I always look at it as a performance. But the way you explain it, I'm trying to listen back to what I heard, and I didn't even realize all those quiet moments, like those lines of Joshua and Jonghan. Wow.
my favorite parts were actually Joshua Jonghan's.
Yes.
Wow, really, Joshua?
Of course, I'm a fan of Joshua.
It felt very fresh because even like in the intro, you kind of feel like the song's gonna be really, really intense.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, you
And then
get
suddenly,
Joshua singing by himself.
True.
Yeah.
Actually, like same with Pia. Like this song, when I started going into 17, like I knew them because of like the lightness and stuff. So when I got to this song, it was just very jarring. Like I didn't know what to do with it. But now that you've explained it this way, like it makes a lot more sense because it's trying to say something else compared to like all the other stuff that they have. I really, really loved how Saul was able to make sense of the lyrics and the music and how those two combined creates this very interesting, almost cerebral kind of song. And it says so much about 17 as artists and as Woozi as a producer that they are really a cut above the rest And sobrang nakakatuwa rin these interactions with our fellow carrots because honestly, we learned so much from each other. And speaking of other carrots, of course, our interactions with carrots are always just so very special to us. And especially when we talk about how 17 has helped us heal, helping us go through the day together and healing us and talking about them that way, sobrang nakakatuwa. It's just so very uplifting and honestly empowering at the same time. This next clip that I will be sharing with you comes from our 71st episode and hindi namin sinasadya ang numbering ng mga episodes namin. Nagkakataon lang talaga na pag 17 ang topic ng conversation, biglang 71 or 17, but I think it's really just the universe telling us na good job. Yes. But anyway, I digress. Ang episode na to, ang pangalan niya ay 17th Heaven Festival. And for this episode, we were so lucky to have with us as a guest our dear friend and fellow carrot, Mara Andres. In this episode, we talked about their song God of Music and how it made us feel all this beautiful, vibrant feelings. And ang ganda nung realization namin nung episode na yon. And it's all actually thanks to Mara putting this perspective out there that with 17, they believe that no matter kung sino yung makikinig ng music nila, tayo man, mga fans, or casual listeners out there, or ano yun, mga taong nakarinig lang in the middle of the street, yung kanta nila, or wherever, in a cafe, that they will always do what they love.
Like from Sonogong na parang we're already up there, like we are like the monkey god, ganyan. And like, so at first it was like, oh, okay, it makes sense that they go there, like God of Music. And then when the music video came out, it was just, I was just like overflowing with the gratitude. Like not just of 17 being there, diba? But it's also like, so it's an ode, like it's a message na parang thank you for the music, diba? Muntik na ako kumanta ng ABBA, ay diba?
Thank
ABBA.
you.
Oh my God, I was gonna say,
Diba?
that's exactly what I first thought.
Ay, pa naman akong Mamma Mia yun.
After I
was
saw
that.
the album, the music video, I was like, oh my God, this is like another ABBA. This is
Diba?
fantastic.
It's very like thank you for the music, which
Yeah.
which helped a lot with like, you know what, sige, let's go through this like with just a lot of gratitude and also just kasi nakangiti lang ako all throughout like the music video.
Yeah.
Like I tend to analyze music videos, like I tend to like
Yeah.
look into the details, but this one was just like, you know what, there's a donkey, I don't care if it's there. Hoshi, maybe Hoshi
Oh
was
my
the
God,
donkey.
yes.
Go. There are ants carrying things. There's an ant by the mic. Go. There's a mic in space. Go. Let's have fun. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
pagdating ng part na nasa bridge sila, yung nag-switch to nighttime, I started bawling.
Oh.
Like I was crying. Hala, naiyak na naman ako because like seeing the people behind them na parang they like, di ba una parang small crowds lang, ganyan. And then, like, with DK, it started with just one person. It was like 1:1. And then you have animals in between. And then you have kids. And then you have this huge crowd na parang, and this is 17's journey na parang kung sino man ang makinig, no matter kung gaano konti or kadami, they will always do what they love. Na parang it was, and they like doing that na parang they like writing songs for carrots while still being them. Na parang you can tell na even if they're doing it for other people, it's still very clear na this is coming from them. Tapos, yun lang. So, naiyak ako nung part na yun. And it was just, wala lang. Thank you. Thank you, 17. Gayon. And like, thank you to the God of Music.
Correct.
Because you gave us 17. Ganon. So there.
Oh, it's so touching.
Oh, ang ganda. I didn't think of it that
Yeah.
way. Pero sige, kay Monica muna. How about you? How did you find the music video and the song?
Shit, where do I begin? Well, definitely, like, my grin was just, I mean, it started, malaki na siya.
Tas ang saya lang na by the end of it, as in, alam mo yung ang sakit, na-feel ko talaga nang sumakit yung mga pisngi ko. Kasi, it's just so happy, alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Like Mara, yes, we tend to overanalyze things. Because that's also where we came from. For me, it was exciting. We all knew that they shot it in Europe, right? So, na-excite na ako, what can they offer? Kasi parang kahit paano, I mean, in as much as there's so many they've had so many music videos out there, minsan nakakasawa na, alam mo yun. So, firstly,
Yeah.
it was very fresh to see a different kind of space, alam mo yun. Yun nga, yung may sheep, yung may donkey, yung mga ganun ba. Even the bridge, I mean, so this is in, where they shoot this again? In Hungary, in Budapest. Hindi siya pilit. Oh, let's make this happy. It's about music. Okay, let's bring instruments. Let's put instruments. Which I also like kasi parang, fine, medyo given na, because we're talking about the God of music, maglagay tayong instruments. Parang okay lang. Parang may ganun talaga ako. Parang sobrang accepting lang ako with anything they were doing because dahil may donkey.
Wala pang dinosaur niya na.
Oo nga, donkey pa lang to. Tapos yun, and then, syempre, the boys, they looked so cool, their performance were great, and then, just the song's messaging, parang, pang ilang episode na natin to on K-pop, we always say, lalo na sa beginning, kasi nga yung journey ko, hindi naman ako K-pop, pero parang ang naging ending ng thesis statement is, music is universal. So even if we don't know the language, we'll understand, we'll feel it. And this song is precisely it. Like, alam mo yon, parang, you just need to feel it. And then it's there. Yeah, tas mo yun, may kung chipakchi pa sila na parang technically words lang siya kasi diba parang ganda, there's like a line there na parang even we ourselves make music, parang us as people, we make our own music, not necessarily as in music, more of like sound, and that's music. That's already music. So ang ganda, sobrang gustong-gusto ko talaga yung messaging. Ang dami ko gusto sabihin, pero feeling ko kasi magmo-monologue na ako As in, alam mo yung
Bumula na ba yung bibig mo?
Isara mo na yung pinto mo. Parang
sige, di bale, madami pa tayong time. Pag-uusapan din natin yan. Pero si Trency naman, what did you think about this one?
It's just a visual feast. Parang yung 17, meron talaga silang ganong style, I think, no? Parang they're really very over the top in terms of their music videos. Kahit na ang dami nangyayari, everything is saying the same thing, which is like, as Mara said, gratitude, happiness, alam mo yon, just, being in the moment kind of feels. And I think yung naka-elevate din yung experience for me of watching the video and listening to the music is when I finally read nga the lyrics. And dyan tayo papasok ulit as Woozi, alam mo yun, the unique Woozi experience. Yung lyrics kasi talaga yun yung nakakadala Alam mo yun, parang alam mo na, okay, sila talaga nagsulat. No one else wrote it for them.
Correct.
They really put everything there. And yung line na sobrang na-appreciate ko is yung, kahit na yung mga langgam, syempre tinagalog ko na, I can't parang kahit na yung mga langgam, may nagagawang tunog. Parang gano'n. And like, kumbaga parang no matter how small you are in this world, alam mo yun, and i-visualize pa yung mga langgam, parang alam mo yun, parang when we think langgam, parang, alam mo yun, parang it's routine, they're all in line, but you still make music. Even if you're in a busy day, alam mo yun, following your routine, you still make music. And this music, if you accept it for what it is, or you parang see it in a more positive light maybe, parang it's still beautiful. And ang ganda ng mga incorporations nila of like the animals, and even the donkey, like parang I love that randomness because music in the real world is random. Alam mo yun? It just happens. And like, if we just be in the moment and go with the flow, everything is just musical and it can brighten up our day.
Ang dami kong thoughts when you guys were talking about it. Unahin ko muna yung sinabi ni Mara kasi alam niyo naman, ngayon, sobra tayong busog na busog sa content and I'm really eating it all up. But there was this interview that Joshua said, like, whenever he walks into a restaurant and then the staff starts playing 17 songs, he usually checks, karat ba yun or hindi? Kasi alam niya na hindi lang naman Carrots yung nakaka-appreciate ng music nila. Like, they do have songs. Syempre, may mga songs na sa fandom lang. Pero may mga songs na lumalabas talaga. And parang yun lang yung message itong song na to. Like, I mean, it's that kind of the joyous feeling that music gives, and that if it gives it to you, if it connects to you, then okay, regardless of who the singer is. Well, syempre iba for us because we are the fans, 'di ba? Pero alam mo yun, parang ang sarap lang din isipin na meron ng ganitong core, yung 17, tulad natin, tong mga Carrots na super, but then outside of us, meron ding mga casual listeners who I'm sure appreciate a lot of the music that they put out. Eh, sobrang parang kaya na-touch ako dun sa, sa analogy ni Mara about how that was their journey. Parang, wow. As in, parang just thinking about that. Kala mo naman, kailan lang naman tayo naging Carrot, pero parang, nandun tayo, nakakaiyak.
Kilala na natin sila best friend na natin sila. Asawa na natin sila, guys.
Jowa ko isa eh.
I feel really happy that I am in this fandom, honestly. Like, getting to meet so many cool Carrots out there who teach us new things about 17, and having all these experiences together, just standing 17 and learning about life through them. I realized nga na through 17, we learned to be grateful and to appreciate the music of life, and especially with the song God of Music. Yes, we might be ants in this world, grinding away every day, doing all the routine, but if we get to appreciate the small things, the small music that we do in our everyday lives, we have the power to make our everyday better. Yun, nakakatuwa lang na may mga ganong realizations. At medyo nakakaiyak. And other than like having this podcast and, having experiences with Carrots through the podcast, we were also able to do so many other things outside of the show. I mean, even the craziness of ticketing, I appreciate. And of course, experiencing the music together, the concerts, the watch parties, watching their music videos, watching Go Say together, sharing all these experiences together. And I think our Carrot journey as individuals and as One to Sarang actually culminated in hosting their anniversary party for Carrotland PH and being with our fellow Carrots. That was such an amazing, amazing experience. Just being with so many Carrots at the SM Mall of Asia, nakakataba ng puso at nakakatuwa. At the same time, nakakapagod kasi grabe talaga ang energy ng isang Carrot. As in, parang wild. And I think with that experience, we knew, and I knew, na I was with the right group. I was with the right group of people standing the right idol group. And I'm so very thankful for that. And I think sobrang special din na may ganitong episode. Kasi, well, as of recording, we all know na Jonghan will be going to the military soon, and June will be taking some time off from 17 activities to do his own thing in China, his own acting gigs. And parang, in a way, medyo nasa cusp na yung journey ko as a Carrot. I know it's gonna evolve into something else because when the boys start going to military one by one, it's gonna be so different. But I am so very grateful for all these beautiful memories I've had with 17. Not just as someone who's part of One to Sarang, but also as a Carrot in general. And I'm very but I'm so very thankful that I have these experiences with me, and as we move on to a different chapter in our Carrot life. So, ayun lang. Hindi ko na-realize na may ganito to, but ayun nga. And sa mga umabot sa punto na to, thank you for being here. And hi, I'm Trency and I cry a lot. So, ayun. And so, I guess with that in mind, we wrap this show up. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. And taking the time in your day to hang out with me in this solo episode of mine, where my makeup is already running. And it's just so much fun sort of talking to you from a weird screen. And I hope you guys interact with us in our comment section in our social media. Once again, we are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. You can talk to us there. We reply a lot. And kung gusto nyo pang magkita tayo, okay lang, magkita tayo sa isang fan event or something. Cup Sleeve, invite us. We would love to go there. And also, don't forget to follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And I hope you check out all the other solo episodes for our solo series. We have, once again, Pia talking about K-dating and Monica talking about the wonderful world of K-dramas. So, once again, thank you guys so much for listening and hanging out with me. I am Trancy from Monto Sarang, and I hope to see you in the next episodes. Bye, guys! Saranghe!
Going delulu.
Going delulu. Guys.